I was in Angola emigrating. My purpose was to travel to Europe. Over there I made friends and we were like a family, eating together and sleeping together, facing life together. For the people I met there were really a family, though we only met there. We built family bond. The Lord helped me and some of us, and we traveled to France. But many of our friends that were like family stay in Angola. Months later I got a call from one of the sister I left in Angola. She told me the economic situation of the country has deteriorated. The country is no longer the way you left it. I am calling you for help because I have no job and unable to pay the rent. Since I always preach that we should practice liberality, charity and help those who are less fortunate and privileged, I did not hesitate. I sent my friend $200, but a week later I saw many missed calls of my friend in my phone. I wonder what was wrong, for I already sent her the money she wanted. When I called her she said to me, "Our friend that had traveled with you to France told me that she gave you a $100 that you were supposed to give me. Thanks to the money you gave me I am selling stuff to survive here, but I need that $100 that our friend gave you so that I can pay the rent." I replied to her, "Our friend did not tell me to send you a $100, what I know is that I owe her a $100, but I will send you what I owe her if she confirmed to me that I have to send you." And when I talked to my friend in France, she told me I was planning to tell you but I forgot. Please send her the money, for the situation in Angola has become bad. I called our friend in Angola and told her I will send her the money later in the end of the month. She begged and said, "Please, I have to pay the rent, send it urgently." However, I felt no sense of urgency despite her repeated call in my phone. I forgot my promise of the end of the month. A week after the month has ended, I realized that my friend that was calling me all the time to bother me to send her money was not calling me anymore, and there was like a silence on her part. I found it strange. On that very day after praying I went to sleep. Immediately I heard the audible voice of the Lord, who told me, "Adeline, I have come to take you to the tribunal. I want to see how the court proceeding and prosecution will be today in the tribunal." I said, "Really?" The Lord said, "Definitely." At that moment I saw that I was back in Angola in a facility like a house. He told me, "Sit down and you will see what is happening outside." When I looked I saw outside like many container. There were people in line inside these container. They formed a queue before the desk of the judge, and they were called one after the other. The Lord said, "What you are seeing outside is the tribunal of the night. You have to see what will happen. The people that you see in the queue have come to accuse people in the tribunal. They have come to press charges and launch judicial procedure against people. You must hear how they accuse people and hear what they say." I saw a woman in the queue being called forward to come and press charges. She was asked, "Who do you want to accuse?" She replied, "I have come to press charge and accuse my son." "You have come to launch a legal action against your son, but what has she done?" they ask. The lady replied, "I have come to accuse my son because I am the one who raised him and suffer for him. When he was growing up he was sick all the time and I endure a lot. I paid his school fees and supported him until he got married. Today he say that he has discovered that I am a witch and he won't give me her money anymore." The judge asked him, "Is he really your son that you deliver in the world? How can your son that you carry in the womb and suffer for decide to never give you money anymore? Now how can we sanction him? What do you want us to do?" The lady said, "I want him to be far from that job. I want him to lack money for the rent. I want him to be unable to pay school fees for his children. I want him to reach a level where he would lack even clothes to wear." The judge said, "All right, your request has been granted. Your son will lose his job. He will lack even clothes to wear." I was stunned to see a mother going to this length, wishing that his son will lack the money to pay for school fees of her grandchildren. The next wizard was called by the judge, who asked him, "Who do you want to file a complaint against?" She replied, "I have come to press charge against my sister." "What has she done to you?" they asked. She replied, "My sister promised me money so that I will start selling stuff. But since she promised me the money to start trading, she is unwilling to give me that money. She refused to keep her promise. I left her a lot of time to keep her promise, but I have reached the limit. I decided to press charge." The judge asked her, "Did she really promise you money so that you start selling things?" She replied, "Absolutely." The judge asked her, "What do you want us to do to her?" What is the condemnation you want for her? The lady said, I want her to die. I want her to fall sick and suffer seriously before she die. She has to suffer at least 6 months in sickness before she die. The judge replied, your demand is granted. Your sister will suffer for 6 months with sickness, then she will die. I was stunned. I said, really, this woman want the death of her own sister just because she is taking time to give her the money that she promised her? I wonder what kind of tribunal is this? People are accusing even their family member, and demanding evils, misfortune and calamity to befall their loved ones. Then the judge said, next, I saw a child that was in the queue stepping forward. I saw that in this queue the more people were leaving, more witches were joining. The judge asked the child, who do you want to file a complaint against? He replied, I have come to accuse my mother. She has beaten me for something I don't know. I told her that I did not do it, but she kept saying it was me and she beat me, though I am innocent. The judge asked him, since you are innocent, what do you want us to do to her? The child replied, I want her leg to suffer for 3 months. She must endure extreme pain with her leg for 3 months. I want to hear her crying in her room for pains. She must experience pain. Even if she take medication, it will not work. The next person was a lady. She said, I have come to file a complaint against a man who owe me money. Since he borrowed my money, he only gave a part of the money. Since then he does not want to pay back the debt. He also borrowed clothes from me that he wear, but he still refused to pay me. I am tired of asking him, for she keep lying that he will pay. The judge asked, what do you want us to do to him? The lady said, I want him to suffer all his life. Let chronic sickness become his life. The doctor must not be able to diagnose this sickness so that this disease will become his life. He has to suffer all his life. Because of sickness, I want him to lose all the weight so that he will understand that he should pay back the debt when he borrow. The judge replied, your request is granted. You will see with your eyes how he will suffer in his life. I said, what kind of tribunal is this? How can people go to this length? To my great surprise, the next person that stepped towards the judge was my friend of Angola that I sent $200, that I was supposed to send another $100. I said, what is this woman doing here? Does she has a problem with someone? Let hear what she will say. The judge asked her, you want to file a complaint against who? She said, I am here to press charge against Adeline. I said, what? What have I done to her? My friend said to the judge, my friend in France gave Adeline $100 to send me. She promised that she will send me that money at the end of the month. Yet the month has passed, and up to today I have not received the money. I call her many times at the end of the month, but she decided to ignore me. 1 week after the end of the month, I was still patient waiting for her call, but she failed to keep her words. That is why I have come to press charge against her. Immediately I rose up and jumped out of the window towards my friend of Angola that was accusing me. I called by her name and said, really, you have come to accuse me in this tribunal because of $100. When she saw me, she was in panic and stepping backward, telling the judge, this is the person I have come to accuse. How has she come here? She should not be here. I said to her, why have you not mentioned that I gave you $200? She replied, that's another matter. The fact is that they gave you $100 to give me, but you are refusing to give me. That means that my accusation is founded. Since I think I am right, I have come to press charge. The woman was surprised how I was here, and she was stepping back, scattering people that were in the queue. I pursue the woman in the street of Angola. She kept saying, how have you come here? Then I woke up while I was running after her. I said, what kind of world is this? People are accusing people in the night in the tribunal, and they are placing condemnation on people's lives. I noticed that the majority of the cause for which people were accused and condemned was promise that people fail to keep and debt that people fail to pay. Let us avoid borrowing. We do not know the spiritual identity of people that lend us money. In case you borrow, make sure to keep the deadline. Second, avoid giving promise just like that. I saw that these witches had justification when they were accusing people. They knew when people broke the law and they rushed to accuse them. Many sickness and hardship people are experiencing is a result of failure to keep promise and debt that they contracted. People are accused in the spirit world and are facing condemnation in tribunal when they are sleeping. These witches lend people money as a trap to accuse them and condemn them. Brother, when you borrow please pay back. I saw a sister accusing her own sister. I saw a brother accusing his own brother. I saw mother accusing their son. I saw son accusing their own mother in the tribunal and condemning their loved one. The Bible say the people of your house shall be your enemy. Brother, don't give people promise if you won't keep it. I saw a sister asking for death of his own sister, just because the latter failed to keep the promise of giving her money. The Bible say curse without cause is of no effect. However, what I saw was that these curse were with cause. These accusation had foundation because people broke the law by failing to keep their promise and pay back the debt. Beloved, if you discover that your mother or father are witches and they are fighting you in the spirit world, the solution is not to refuse them money when they ask, unless the Lord tell you. Just declare words before you give them. There are people who want you to give them a promise and hoping that you will fail to keep your promise so that they will accuse you.